could say good night, good morning, or whenever you're watching, but I feel like that's not as satisfactory as simply saying good evening. So, how about from now on, whenever I address y'all as a group, I say good evening, friends. I like that. Anyway, so today's video is another one of my poem writing videos. Uh, Based off of the reaction I got from the first one, I was pretty excited to do this one. I'm pretty excited to do this one with you guys, and I actually, well, this one's a little more special than the first one, in my opinion at least, because I've got a little friend with me this time, and the topic or subject of the poem is going to be about this guy. I'm sure some of you have seen a lobster on my profile picture, and I should just tell you guys that is not on accident. This guy is a little more important than you would believe. At least, well, at least for now. You'll see how important he is later on if you decide to stick around, which I hope you do. I don't know if this makes nice noises, but I certainly do hope so. But, yeah, the poem that I'm gonna write today is gonna be about this guy. His name is Red. Sounds kinda familiar, doesn't it? Well, so the title of this poem could be something along the lines of Red Lobster. Isn't that right? I mean, that sounds like a pretty good title, and this guy's a red lobster, isn't he? Well, so we'll go with that. I have my notepad here, and hang on, let me see if I can, like, put him right here where you can see him the whole time. No, hang on. I want this to work. He looks like a potato. Like a red potato, what the heck? Well, it's fitting for this channel, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just leave him there. So, the title is gonna be The Red Lobster, because he's a red lobster, in case you didn't catch the memo. The Red Lobster. Okay, so, I want this one to be free verse. I don't want to stick to any rhyme schemes on this one. Maybe on the next one I'll do like a sonnet or... Yeah. No, not a sonnet. I already did a sonnet. Next time I think I want to do a sestina. That's right. That would be a lot funner, I think. And I could totally tie it back to the themes of my channel, because there's quite a few actually. So, okay. There crawls the red lobster. Very satisfactory introduction, wouldn't you agree? Elegant style as a mobster. Struts his legs this is terrible if y'all were to see this, and I'm not gonna show you because my notepad is themed. But it's a terrible mess, and I promise you I am trying to write the real words because I'm writing it here. Alright, so that I think concludes the first stanza. Let's move on to the second one. I don't think there's gonna be more than 4. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe 3. I might wrap it up in 2. We'll see what happens. Either way, I'll just read it back to y'all at the end. Once I'm finished, I'm gonna read it. If I can read it. I think I can read it. But they all know he's not a monster. That wasn't a good idea. Mobster, Foster. For they see what he can foster. For they see what he can foster. He keeps his family nice and I can't read that. Just saying. Fat. I'm not calling y'all fat, I promise. That was the word that I wrote. I'm not gonna judge y'all. I can't even see y'all. How the heck am I supposed to judge y'all like that? Yeah, you see those words? Can you read that? That's the end of the first page because I really don't have any space. But I'll pull it back up when I finish and I'll just read the whole thing as a sort of recap, I guess. If you're still around by then, nice. But if you're sleeping by then or you've clicked out by then, oh well. I'm having a bit of fun here, so I guess that's all that really counts. And obviously if you're enjoying this too, that makes me happy. That's why I make these videos, so y'all can enjoy. I need a reference. Okay. And this is, just as a, in case you didn't know, you probably wouldn't, I wouldn't have known. This is the third stanza. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here after this stanza, but we'll see what happens. I might get more inspiration by the end, which would be pretty nice, but I don't want to drag it on forever, because anytime I do that, it just ends up turning into crazy rambles, which sometimes is good, but only sometimes, not always. And when I'm writing about a physical subject, rambling doesn't typically go well for me, so we'll just leave it at that, and we'll try to wrap this up as soon as possible. Right. For he is the Red 52s. Um, Rock Lobster, I think it was. Yeah, I was a pretty big fan of that group, even though they are an old band and I'm not old, but they had some bangers. Let's just say that. If you remember the B-52s, tell me down in the comments. I like fellow B-52 aliens, bro. Those guys were weird. I think they're still doing tours and stuff, but like, man, well, they are very old by now. They're not the same. They're not what they used to be. But anyway, I was saying something to myself in my brain, but then I got interrupted by thoughts of the B-52s. For he is the Red Lobster. For he is the Red Lobster. Ah, gotcha. Not just another. I don't think y'all are hearing the pen because this is a smooth pen. I can hardly hear it. With the other pen, you could hear it a lot more because it wasn't as smooth a pen. The nib was, let's just say it was a little thicker and maybe even a little bit harsher. It wasn't as smooth. You could definitely hear it more, but I don't think you can really hear this one as much. Maybe I should have used the other one. This one definitely writes better. It's a more quality pen than the other one, but you know, the other one makes sounds, and that's what y'all are here for, isn't it? Unless you're here to hear my poem, which that melts my heart. It really does. But even if you're just here for the sounds, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, you can hear it like that, but that's because I'm like doing it harsh. I can't write like that. I'm not gonna write like that. I can barely read my stuff as it is right now, so imagine if I was trying to write the actual poem like that. That just wouldn't work. Okay. So, for he is the Red Lobster, and not just another. Empty. Mobster. I think I'm getting a little bit the hang of the microphone. I don't hear as many pops anymore in any of my videos. I do get the occasional pop, but it's not bad. It really isn't. Like, I don't even have to edit it out. But, yeah, I just thought I'd say that. I'm just trying to make time, guys. Honestly, I like making these poem videos kind of long for y'all because I know that whenever I choose ASMR videos to go to sleep, I like it preferably beyond 20 minutes. Like, the bare minimum for me is like a 15, 16 minute video, and that's if I know that I can fall asleep within that time. But, you know, typically to play it safe, I typically choose videos that are beyond 20 minutes. You know, the more the better. Like, the 40-minute videos, oh yeah, I absolutely love those. I know that I'm gonna fall asleep to those if they're decently relaxing. But if it's like a 12-minute video, then it's, you know, it's not the same thing. I'm probably not gonna fall asleep to it. And, you know, before I fall asleep, I'm gonna hear a loud and annoying commercial, and that is gonna ruin my sleep, you know. I don't know if you're anything like me, but yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people like that. You know, so I'm trying to drag this video out as long as I can. I don't typically ramble this much. I really don't. Believe it or not, a lot of people would typically call me a shy and reserved person. I'm really not, but I don't ramble like this either. This is not like me. But, like I said, I'm trying to drag out time, and I'm basically just blurting out whatever comes into my brain, as long as it's appropriate, of course. I should really finish this up. My thoughts are trailing so much that I don't even think this is gonna be a good poem. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. And I hope y'all can go with me going with it. You know, I'm not the greatest poet. I really am not. But, poetry, I feel like certain people, they have the talent to display emotions beyond their own. So sort of let's call it philosophy. They have a great way of transcribing philosophy from books and experiences and otherwise emotions and etc. etc. They have a way of transcribing all that philosophy and emotion into rhyming words, into poetry. That's what poetry is, really. And I like that. But for me, I definitely prefer writing books and short stories. Short stories are the sweet spot because I can hardly ever focus enough to write an actual book. I did write a book once. It was garbage. But I have written, countless short stories, all of which I am very proud of. And the people that I've showed them to, they say I should totally enter them in for contests. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just keep it to myself. I don't know. Maybe when I'm old and I die, whoever sees my belongings is gonna be like, hey, we should totally post this. We should most certainly publish this, so the public can see it. And it's gonna be like J.R.R. Tolkien's, The Silmarillion. Silmarillion. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Where basically J.R.R. Tolkien died. And obviously he had published The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and, that stuff. But when he died, I think it was his son that saw so many unfinished works of his, and he basically said, alright, this looks like a Bible, so we're gonna shove it together like a Bible. It's a pretty bad reference, but that's how much you can understand the Silmarillion. It's just a collection of miscompopulated stories that hardly even make sense. I mean, they're not really supposed to make sense because he never finished them enough to make them complete thoughts, but it'd be kind of sad if that happened to me. Maybe not. I don't know. Goodness. Let's finish this. I'm sorry, guys. I really am sorry for dragging this out for so long. For he is the Red Lobster, not just another empty. It looks like I'm cursing on here, like I'm writing curse words, like cuss words, like Mobster. It looks like I wrote Mo, B-I-T-C-H. That's what it looks like I wrote. But I hope I don't read it that way when I recap at the end. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking. This is a nice mic. Okay. No. Yes. And I wrote 8 twice, and now that ruined my day. No, I don't think I did. I think I just wrote the N so bad that I wrote another A. And now I forgot what I was thinking. Oh, goodness. My, oh my. It is so hot. Gosh. I'm gonna stop rambling. was about to get off into another tangent, and I can't do that. And those he touches are not ingrats. You know, I think I looked that word up a while ago. And I didn't really find anything, I don't think, on an official dictionary anyway. But first of all, that doesn't really matter in poems. You can basically write whatever, and that's okay. That works, as long as you're writing free verse. Now, when you start breaking rules, when you're writing in some sort of structure, then you start getting crucified. But as long as you're playing by your own rules on free verse, then basically everything is game, including made up words. It's sort of a Shakespeare trump card when it comes to poetry. But I think this rule still applies to a regular poem structure where you can basically just use whatever words you want, even if they're not real. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a poet. I haven't studied poetry or anything. This is fun, that's why I do it. For he is the Red Lobster, not just another empty mobster. And those he touches are not ingrats. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. That's right. That's right. For they know well of his great top hat. I think that's it. I can't read half of this, but I'll figure it out. I have had to study my own handwriting. It's a different language. It's kind of like reading hieroglyphs and stuff like that. Does this even sound good? Like, guys, tell me. Speak to me, please. Does this sound good? Does this sound good, guys? Does it sound good? Like, if not, tell me. No, stop it, please. You're making my ears bleed. But if it does sound good, then, speak up. Be like, yo, I would like to see more of that. I like the engagement. Every single comment I ever get, it really motivates me to continue making long quality videos. It really does. I haven't had any negative comments up to now, and I hope I don't get any in the near future, or ever really. I've seen the ASMR community seems to be very, very nice for the most part. I don't think I've ever seen any straight out mean comment. I don't think so. I've seen constructive criticism, which is good. If you ever see something that a channel should be doing, make it known to the creator, because chances are they don't know that they're doing what you know that they're doing wrong. So those comments are always great. But if you don't like something, say it. Say it. What's the worst that could happen? If you like something, say it. The creator certainly, it's certainly an advantage to the creator whenever you tell them what you like, because they're basically there for you. Now channel gets really big, they stop listening to your comments for the most part. If it's a multi-million subscriber channel, I have seen some channels that say they read all the comments, and I believe some of them, but not all of them, because when you have so many hundreds of comments, and we're talking about thousands because it gets to thousands of comments, when you get millions of views per day, I'm looking at YouTube ASMR. It's very hard to keep track of everything, but as long as a channel is small, it's very easy to keep the engagement and community interact. I'm not writing a poem. I don't have to word this incredible. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's read the poem.
Is it relaxing?
Is this relaxing? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try my absolute hardest to read this, but this is absolutely garbage. Look at this. Look at that. Can you read that? Can you read anything? What? And I'm gonna be professional. What was that? Forget about it. I'm gonna read it as professionally as I can. Alright. Bear with me. The Red Lobster. There crawls the Red Lobster. Elegant style as a mobster. Struts his legs this way and that, missing only his top hat. They all know he's not a monster, for they see what he can foster. He keeps his family nice and fat. For he is the Red Lobster, not just another empty mobster. And those he touches are not ingrats, for they know well of his great top hat. I like it. Do y'all like it? I like it quite a bit. If you don't, oh well, you clicked on the video. I mean, yeah. Hey, before you click out of here or before you fall asleep, subconsciously think about this. If you're still here, I don't know how to give you thanks. I mean, this is almost 30 minutes of your time, and you're here with me. You clicked on my video, and 30 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. I must be incredibly good, or you must be incredibly nice. But if you've made it this far, which is pretty far, then you get my thanks. You get my heartfelt thanks. I really mean it. It makes a profound difference to see on the YouTube analytics who's made it this far and who hasn't. I don't know who has or who hasn't, but I know that I get a certain number of, I see the numbers, in other words. And if you have made it this far, you've received my things. And you also receive my request to you that if you like this, and only if you like this, if you did not like this, then this request is not for you. But if you like this, and you've stuck around this long, would you consider subscribing? It makes a difference. I promise. It really does. And yeah, at the bare minimum, give a like. Those likes, they mean a lot. They really do. And if you've done both things, and you want to do something else, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about this video. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me whatever you want. I'm all ears. I really am. And like I said, just you clicking on this video, it makes a difference. It does. So, with that being said, I think I'll sign off on this note. And you will see this guy again. You will. He's important. I promise you. And I will say it now, and I probably won't say it again. He's important. Keep that in mind, alright? Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you already know. But, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take care.